There's one person who's sore because they've been in the gym, been working out, their body's in pain, they're sore, but they're getting better and they're happy. There's another person, however, who's not been working out and their body's sore too because their body's frail and their muscles are stiff because they're not being used. Both people I just told you about, both are going through a process of pain. One person going through the process of pain is leading to growth. The other person's process of pain is leading to their muscles decaying. One pain leads to growth, one pain leads to death. Choose your pain. Walk with me. Look, I'm Billy Miller, the motivational minister, and they call me the motivational minister because I help people to improve their lives by teaching them life skills from the Bible. And today I'm going to be sharing a simple message with you that I call the uncomfortableness of change. And listen, it's not going to take me that long to break this message down to you either. Listen, there's an uncomfortableness of change, whether that change is good or whether that change is bad. You're going to have to undergo a process of change that's uncomfortable. So, for example, there's a lady who just got a promotion on her job. And because she took on this job, she has to go through a process, a season of uncomfortableness, because guess what? She's going to have to learn new things. She's going to have to be under new management. And you know what I'm saying? So you got the first day jitters. You got all of this stuff that you have to deal with that goes with the package. Of course, we're happy about it, but you still got to go through this process of change. However, there's another person who just got fired. And guess what? They got to go look for another job. They got to go through a process of pain also. Choose your pain. Listen, there's a person who just got a new house, and guess what? They got to go through a process of change. Even though this is a good thing, but you still got to go and deal with the movers and get new furniture and the closing dates and getting approved, all of this stuff, right? There's a process you have to go to get to the achievement that you want to get to. And you're willing to undergo that process, but it's an uncomfortableness. Are you following me? Yet there's another person who just got evicted and they're trying to find somewhere to stay. They're going through a process of pain as well. Choose your pain. As a matter of fact, and listen, if you understand what I'm saying, comment choose your pain in the comment section. Just write that in the comment section if you understand what I'm saying here. Because change, you're going to either change for the better or you're going to change for the worse. But either way it go, you're going to have to choose your pain. You're going to have to go, you're going to be uncomfortable either way. But I'd rather choose the pain, the uncomfortableness that's leading me somewhere. Listen, listen to me carefully. Out of all of the accomplishments I've ever had, I've never had any accomplishment that it didn't require some sort of risk. It didn't require me stepping out in faith, that it didn't require me to stretch my faith. That I had to go through a season of uncomfortableness to achieve something. I never achieved anything great. Not only me, but I don't know anybody. I've never heard anybody who achieved greatness and said, you know what? Hey, this was easier than I thought, man. This was a piece of cake. No, you're going to have to go through a process of change that's uncomfortable. Choose that pain, because guess what? A lot of people try to avoid this uncomfortableness, but guess what? Anything that's not growing is dying, and anything that's dying is going through a process of pain too. So listen, like I said, comment choose your pain in the comment section if you understand what I'm saying. And listen, when you don't choose your pain, when you try to avoid this taking the risk, when you try to avoid not going through this process, you're going to end up procrastinating. Hear me out now. As a matter of fact, let me put that on the screen too, because you need to see this. You need to hear this. When you don't choose your pain, when you figure like, no, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that process. I don't want to go have to stretch my faith. And you try to stay in this comfort zone, which we're about to deal with. When you don't choose your pain, you're going to end up procrastinating. Listen, I procrastinated for 7 years after God told me to write my first book. I procrastinated for 2 years longer than I should have about when I went to go get custody of my daughter. I can tell you different things in different areas of my life where I procrastinated. Where I procrastinated because I didn't want to. I was scared to step out. I was afraid to step out. Listen, procrastination is the assassination of your destination. Oh man, I'm gonna say that again. Procrastination is the assassination of your destination. And what happens is the longer you procrastinate, the more tempting it is for you to give up. And you probably go wind up quitting. And listen, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to motivate and inspire you to not quit and to never give up. As a matter of fact, I even went so much more to even just write a book about it. And this book is yours for free if you want. A book called You Can't Quit Now, which is going to help you to go through this process of change that I'm talking about. It's going to take you from where you are to where you want to be without giving up. And if you want this book, just comment book in the comment section. I'm gonna give it to you. It's free, and I'm gonna show you how to all the script. Listen, the gurus will tell you about how to not give up. The self-help people will tell you about how not to give up. But I'm going to show you what the Bible says about not giving up. Just comment book in the comment section, and I'll show it to you. It ain't that long. It's real sweet. And also, if you do it today, I'm gonna give you some other gifts too. All right. Excuse me. All right, I ain't even gonna edit that out. Let's keep going. Listen, you're gonna have to choose your pain. As a matter of fact, I did this right before I did this video. I did this little sketch on the pad. So listen, I'm gonna get better with my sketching. So don't judge me when I put this on the screen. I'm gonna put it on the screen, all right? But don't judge me, okay? But you'll get the point. Just get the lesson, all right? Hold on. Let me put it on the screen here. Because I literally just did this right before I started the video. Because I was just wanting to be able to show you a visual. So you see the person at the top, the tip top up there, that's a person with muscles. You got it? That's him holding his arm up and that's a muscle. I know, don't judge me. He's smiling. And that's you in the center. That's the goal. That's where you want to go. But you got to go through a process of change. See where it says this is where you're at now, right? You're going to, and the man holding the muscles, that just means not just exercise, but the results that you want, the business you want to start, the book you want to write, whatever that great thing is that you want to achieve, there's a process of pain you're going to have to go through to get it. Now look at the one with the arrow pointing down. Where if you decide not to, you go procrastinate, and life is just go pass you by. And now look at the person on the bottom. He's happy and he's failing. He's not getting better. But both whether you go up or down, it's a process of pain. Are you following me? That you're going to have to go through. And that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the uncomfortableness of change. You're going to have to go through a process either way it goes. So you might as well choose the pain that's going to take you somewhere. You might as well choose the pain and undergo the process to accomplish the very thing that you want to accomplish. And before you can even start that, the first thing you're going to have to do is decide to step out of the comfort zone. Because you think that let me put that back on the screen right quick. See where that says got that circle you at? Excuse me. See where it says that was you. Picture that as being a boat, right? And you're in a boat. And we're going to talk about that in a second. See where it says you in the circle? That's you in a boat. That boat is called your comfort zone. And you think I can just stay right here. But you're not going to stay there. You either go up or you go down. And a lot of people think where that you is that circle. They think that's a safe place and you're in your comfort zone. And so now we got to deal with that before we can even get to the process of the pain. So let me share a story with you, a quick story. I'm going to give you the short version. You've heard this story before, but even if you haven't heard this story before, you've heard a part of this story before because it's the story where Jesus walked on the water. Listen, you don't even have to be a Christian to know that Jesus walked on the water, whether you know the story or not. You know that much. Jesus is known for walking on the water. Well, when Jesus was walking on the water, the disciples were in a boat in the middle of a storm. And then they saw Jesus walking on the water. When they saw Jesus walking on the water, they thought he was a ghost. And so they got scared. And Jesus said, listen, it is I, do not be afraid. Hold on right quick, because my throat is just doing. All right, there we go. So they saw Jesus walking on the water. Jesus says, calm down. This is me. It's your boy. It is I. Do not be afraid. But they still wasn't sure. So Peter said, if it's you, Lord, give me permission to come walk on the water with you. And Jesus said one word. And this is the Bible story. This is the scripture that I got the revelation that it only takes one word from God to change your life. I want you to receive that. I want you to hear that. It only takes one word from God to totally transform your life. Because Jesus only said one word to Peter. He said, come, C-O-M-E, come. And this is what Peter heard. Peter heard, if Jesus says come, then now I have the ability to come. See, Peter had a revelation and an understanding that we should have when it comes to God. Because there's some things that we know is too hard for us, too big for us. I don't know if I can do that. But if God tells you to do it, that means with what he said comes an empowerment and an ability and anointing to do it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Even if it's something that can't be done. So listen, walking on the water is something that can't be done. Walking on the water is to define the whole laws of gravity. This is an impossible thing to do. But Peter understood it, even though it's impossible for a man to do it. If Jesus says come, what Peter hears, okay, now you are anointed to come. Now I'm empowered to come. Now I have the ability to come, even though that wasn't possible to do. I hope that's good. Listen, by saying anything you like, hit that like button if you're getting what I'm saying. So Jesus said, come, and Peter acted on the word. That's the definition of faith, by the way. One of the definitions of faith is acting on the word. Peter stepped out the boat, and Peter began walking on the water. Peter began doing what people said couldn't be done. And if you keep reading the story, you know, I don't go too deep into the story, but I'm telling this story for a reason, because I want you to get this metaphor, this analogy, basically, that I'm about to give you. The disciples, Peter and the disciples, were in a boat in the middle of the storm. Remember, so this is what I want you to remember in this analogy. The boat represents the comfort zone. I want you to follow me. The boat represents the comfort zone. A lot of people want to remain in the boat. A lot of people want to remain in the comfort zone. And so, listen, I want to read something to you out of this book here, Whatever Devil We Made It Anyway, one of my favorite books. And the reason I'm gonna read out of here, because so much of what I want to share with you, I've already written about it. So many nuggets in here. But I said I might well just teach from the book. So listen, I'm gonna read, you just listen. All right. And for those of you who have the paperback copy, I'm on page 61. All right. So listen, opportunity dwells outside of your comfort zone. Opportunity dwells on the outside of your comfort zone. Listen, you're in a boat. All the opportunities are outside of the boat. Follow me. All of the disciples were in the boat, but not Jesus. We're still on this story. Remember, Jesus walking on the water, the disciples were in the boat. All of the disciples were on the boat, but not Jesus. Jesus was outside of the boat, walking on water. He was outside of the boat, performing miracles. He was outside of the boat, doing the impossible. But Jesus wasn't the only one. Peter did the same thing. But Peter couldn't do the miraculous until he stepped out of the boat. Peter was doing the miraculous, but he couldn't do it until he acted on what Jesus said. Because Peter could have stayed in the boat. Even though Jesus said, come, Peter could have said, no, I'm scared. Peter could have procrastinated. The miracle wasn't going to happen inside the boat. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Let me say it again. So he was outside of the boat. Jesus was outside of the boat performing miracles. He was outside of the boat doing the impossible, but Jesus wasn't the only one. Peter did the same thing, but Peter couldn't do the miraculous until he stepped out of the boat. Like Peter stepped out of the boat, you will have to step out of your comfort zone if you want to succeed. Greatness never happens in your comfort zone. Oh man, listen. I want you to listen. I'm reading, but every word. I want you to grasp every word because every word is a nugget, a wisdom from God, or like the young people say, bars. Every word I'm gonna read is rich. I want you to grasp. I want you to grasp onto every word I'm saying, as if your life depended on it, because it actually does. The word is your life. All right, let me continue. Like Peter stepped out of the boat, you will have to step out of your comfort zone if you want to succeed. Greatness never happens in your comfort zone. There is so much opportunity outside of the boat. Your dream and your comfort zone will always have different addresses. Chew on that for a minute. Oh man, let me put that up on. I got to put this on the screen here. Your dream and your comfort zone will always have two different addresses. Just take a screenshot of this. Write it down if you're on your computer. If you're watching this on your phone, take a screenshot because you're gonna need that. Because there's a lot of things you want to do. There's a lot of things you want to become. There's a lot of things you want to have. And this is in a different location from your comfort zone. Keep reading. Most people don't want to step out of the boat because they don't want to take the risk. They feel it's too dangerous. They could fail. So they begin to think to themselves, why step out into the water when I have a boat, especially when there's a storm going on? It's a good point, valid point. And a lot of you think the same. You say things like this: why try to start my own business when I have a decent paying job? Why apply for that leadership role? I don't want to take on all of that responsibility. Why should I take the chance when I'm okay right here? Though there are so many opportunities awaiting across the waters, most people want to stay in the boat. They feel safe in the comfort zone. They don't want any trouble. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to live a normal life. In other words, the comfort zone will make you complacent. Let me show you the definition of the word complacent. That word complacent means to be satisfied with how things are and not wanting to change them. You don't want to be complacent. This is not saying the same word as being content. You understand? It's okay to be content. Thank God for where you're at while leaving room for more. That's a whole complete different thing. Complacent is when, hey, I just want to stay right here. I don't want nothing to change. Don't bother nothing. This is where we get the phrase, don't rock the boat. Get it? So remember, the boat is the comfort zone. And we want to stay right here. We don't want no trouble. Don't ruffle no feathers. Don't rock the boat. Let me keep reading. Don't cause any disturbance. Don't try to change anything. Don't mess up the situation. Don't do anything drastic. Keep things as they are. Stay normal and calm. Don't make anyone upset. People want to stay in the boat because they feel comfortable. They feel safe. But truthfully, this so-called safe place is a dangerous place to be. Let me put that on the screen too. Ain't that good right there? Man, hit the like button if I'm saying anything good. This so-called safe place is a dangerous place to be. Oh man, I can just go on and on about that. But I'm not, because I ain't gonna hold you. All right. Let me start again. This is good, man. I want you to receive this now. People want to stay in the boat because they feel comfortable, they feel safe. But truthfully, this so-called safe place is a dangerous place to be. What are you going to do if the boat goes under? Just chill on that for a minute. Think about that. What if a hole get in the boat? What if the boat starts to sink? What if this safe place, this comfort zone, has a defect? Then what you gonna do if the boat goes under? You'll drown because you never took the chance to learn how to walk on the water. Oh man, whatever devil. We made it anyway. That's this book is good. Wait a minute. Do you have the book? Hey, I want to take this quick moment to tell you about this book, Whatever Devil, We Made It Anyway. The phrase whatever devil is for people who have overcome the odds when they should have been counted out, but God made it count. Whatever devil is for people whose testimony ends with, but God. And so I take this book has 12 chapters, and each chapter starts off with a story about somebody overcoming the odds. And not only do I tell that story, but for the remainder of the chapter, I glean the wisdom from their testimony, and I teach them biblical principles that you can apply for yourself. Listen, if you want to find out more about the book, just look in the description of the video, or you can just go to whateverdevil.com. Now back to our scheduled broadcast. You know what? Let me read a little bit more. Check this out. Don't wait until tomorrow to deal with your procrastination. You know, I like the wordplay. Don't wait until tomorrow to deal with your procrastination. That's good right there. If you keep putting off tomorrow what you can do today, you'll forever be chasing tomorrow. Oh man, I'm gonna put some related videos I've done also in the description of this video, because I got some dynamic messages, especially about procrastination. I got a whole teaching on just procrastination. So I always make sure to look at the description of this video when you finish. I'm almost finished. Do it today. Don't let your dreams get stuck in tomorrow. Make plans as if you have all the time in the world, but take action as if you're running out of time. So go ahead and step out of the boat. Start the business. Write the book. Apply for the position. Take a chance. It'll all be worth it. And once you make this decision to step out of this comfort zone, once you say yes, at this point, you should be saying, yes, I want to choose the pain that going up towards my destination. And now I'm tired of being in this comfort zone. I'm going to go ahead and step out. Once you step out, part of that uncomfortableness of change, you're going to get different levels of uncomfortableness that's going to attack you. Soon as you say yes, soon as you take action, soon as you try to go after your dream, different levels of uncomfortableness are going to come at you. There are three main levels that you're going to need to overcome. There's going to be more than three that's going to come, but there's three main levels of uncomfortableness that's going to come that you're going to need to overcome. But listen, don't worry, I got you covered. I have a video where I'm teaching you how to overcome these three levels. So just click right here, watch that video now. Just go ahead and click it right there, and I'll see you in that next video. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay blessed. And always remember that the word is your life.